Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Ranking Member McGovern, and members of the committee for the opportunity to testify before you today. I am pleased to speak in support of three important bills which were recently reported favorably out of the House Committee on Small Business. And together these bills would restore proper oversight capabilities on small business lending company licenses, oversight which was irresponsibly undone by the Biden-Harris administration, and codify two of President Trump's key executive orders aimed at protecting American citizens from radical sanctuary city policies and rooting out fraud in SBA lending programs by ensuring taxpayer-backed loans are not granted to individuals unlawfully present in the United States. I'd like to begin by discussing H.R. 2987, the Capping Excessive Awarding of SBLC Entrants Act of 2025, or the CEASE Act, which is introduced by Representative Bresnahan from Pennsylvania. Small business lending companies, or SBLCs, are non-banking lending entities authorized by the SBA to issue 7A government-guaranteed loans. The SBA serves as their primary federal regulator, and in the early 1980s, the SBA imposed a cap on the number of SBLC licenses, citing limited and insufficient regulatory capacity. That cap remained in place for over 40 years, and the Biden administration moved to expand the program. Despite bipartisan concerns, the SBA under President Biden granted new licenses, including to at least one entity that ended up shutting down its U.S. operations just 1 month later. Without a doubt, these licenses were granted to institutions that lacked even basic financial stability. Although some of our Democratic colleagues have expressed agreement with the need for a cap, their only concern with this bill is the lack of the preservation of a pilot program called Community Advantage. As SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler has noted, the Community Advantage Program is a perfect example of how the last administration weaponized government programs to tip the scale against deserving small businesses and toward preferred groups and political allies, even when it meant greater risk to the American taxpayer. H.R. 2987 ensures that future administrations cannot stretch the SBA's oversight capacity beyond what's reasonable, protecting the integrity of the 7A loan program. Next, I would like to discuss two complementary bills, H.R. 2931, the Save SBA from Sanctuary Cities Act of 2025, introduced by Representative Finstad, and my bill, H.R. 2966, the American Entrepreneur's First Act of 2025. Together, these bills represent some of the first legislative efforts on the House floor to codify President Trump's executive orders 14218 and 14159, which stop taxpayer dollars from being used to support illegal aliens and end federal taxpayer support to sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities have become magnets for crime and chaos. These are jurisdictions where liberal politicians have chosen to ignore federal immigration law, giving violent criminals a free pass while endangering law-abiding citizens. You have to look no further than recent headlines to see that officials refusing to cooperate with ICE has led to a total breakdown of law and order. H.R. 2931 will require the SBA to relocate offices out of sanctuary cities that protect criminal illegal aliens by refusing to comply with federal immigration law. The amendment filed by Chairman Williams will ensure that relocated offices will still benefit small businesses in law-abiding cities. And it also removes the exemption for jurisdictions that provide safety to illegal immigrants who report or witness crime. H.R. 2966 requires citizenship verification for SBA assistance to ensure that illegal aliens are not approved for SBA loans, as they were under the Biden-Harris administration. An untold number of criminals, gang members, human traffickers, and terrorists were among the millions of illegal aliens welcomed into the country by the Biden-Harris administration. Many of these illegal aliens have sought refuge in sanctuary cities under local leadership, proud of the fact that they provide shelter to criminal illegal aliens. Innocent victims are paying the price. And I am thankful that the Trump administration is taking a whole-of-government approach to restore integrity to our immigration laws. At the SBA, Administrator Loeffler is tightening the requirements for loan applications and has announced that she will relocate the SBA's regional offices out of sanctuary cities. H.R. 2966 codifies these efforts so that future administrations will not redirect SBA loan opportunities to illegal immigrants. And H.R. 2931 codifies the Trump administration's effort to protect Americans from the crime born out of sanctuary cities. I appreciate you can continue considering my testimony today in support of these important measures, and I yield back.